first person to eat Rolex at the peak of Mount Muhavura.
Let us eat it.
Rolex. Rolex people.
Wait, I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah, here.
Leta kama kagogoro.
Nitaita kwa papa. Nita kosa wait I slope. Then you come if we knock ourselves.
Tosemye kubanga tuli ku TV emenya eggwanga amanya n'eddoboozi Uthman Sempebwa okubanga tusako programu omulambuzi jjukira lunaku olw'omukaaga essaawa ziba 2:00 ez'akawungezi mwe tukulamuliza eggwanga Uganda n'obaako ebintu eby'enjawulo by'oyiga kakati n'olunaku olwaliro tulina okutambula kwe tuliko ebiseera bino omwezi guno gwa World Tourism Day naku z'omwezi zijja kubanga 27 naye tugezaako okubanga tulambula eggwanga Uganda nga bwe lufaanana era nga tutandikidde mu disitulikiti y'Embalala mwe tugenda okusinziira tweyongere e Kabale paka Kisoro tubeere nga tuwalampa olusozi olwo olunaku olwaliro tutandikidde wano ku Igongo Cultural Center. Igongo Cultural Center ogimanyiko ki tugenda kubanga tugikulamuza munange akakookolo kano kolaba kirwadde kya COVID-19 kyetugezaako okwetangala naye nja kusaba mbeere nga nkajjako tusobole kubanga tuwuliziganya bulungi nnyo. Igongo Cultural Center naliko wano ebbanga ndoza lya myaka nga 5 naye okusinziira ekifo nga bwe kifaanana kikyuseeko museum eri hotel weeziri abantu bangi bajja ne babeera nga bakola ki nga balambula ekifo kino olusozi luli wansi eri nawe lwe tugenda kubanga tufuna omukisa ate tubeere nga tuluwalampa newankubadde tugenda kubanga tuwalampa Mountain Muhavura mu Kisoro district nate twagala tusookere wano ebeere entandikwa y'okubanga tuwalampa olusozi lwaffe kugamba nti lunaku olw'omukaaga essaawa ziba 2:00 ez'akawungeezi mwe tukulambuliza eggwanga Uganda tugenda kubanga tweyongerayo munda batulambulize ekaddiizo lino nga bwe lifaanana ebyo ne bisingako ku TV temuvaawo katukomewo. Nga bwe kutekereza nti tuli ku Igongo Cultural Center kwe tugenda okubanga tetulambula batulamuza kaddiizo tumanyi Uganda Museum tumanyi Buganda Museum nate Embalala tulina Igongo Cultural Center Obwakabaka bwankole bonna busanga wano n'olusozi nga bwe nkugambye nti emyaka 5 emabega sibwe tugwala lufaanana n'ekifo kino nate enkyukakyuka y'amaanyi bagenda kubanga batulambuza gaidi waffe sebo tusainza okusingana.
Nza sinze
amanya
nze Iga Dickson I am a tour guide.
Oligana oligirawa?
I am Muganda but I was born here and all I know is Runyankore but with some Uganda.
Tweyanziza nnyo ttiimu yange bwetu bwefaanana njagala otuyiseemu Igongo Cultural Center kyeki kitegeeza ki na biki ebisangibwa wano.
Nsanyuse kubalaba abaami n'abakyala. Nze Iga Dickson ndambuza abantu abalambula museum n'eri ku kisozi nayo tugendayo. Kaakati wano museum eno museum oba erijikiro ine Runyankore y'Abanankore n'Abakiga. Naye tuyina ne tribes endala ng'Abahororo, Batagwenda, Basongora betubeera nabo wano. Abanyankore abasinga balunzi bante, ente zino ez'amayembe amawanvu. Abalala balima bimera, balima mmere. Kaakati edda twabeeranga bwe tutyo ng'abalimi balina life yaabwe nga yanjawulo ne ku y'abalunzi, naye nga ffenna tuli muntu omu nga tuli wansi wa omugabe. Omugabe yabeeranga king. Twalina kingdom okuva 420 okutuuka 1967. 1967, it's when Obote, the president of Uganda, then abolished all kingdoms. So from then, we have not had an official king. Though we have the king, we call him Omugabe. For the local people call him Omugabe, but the government does not recognize because he's not in his official home, but he's there. Yeah. So museum eno abantu bave ensonda n'ensonda abawano abava Kampala abava wabweru w'eggwanga okulambula n'okusoma n'okusiimako ebyobuwangwa bw'Abanyankole n'Abakiga. Twagizimba wano mu Biharwe lwakubanga nti Biharwe yasooka ku abagaba abaasooka babeeranga mu Biharwe. Awo waggulu mu busozi obwo babeeranga eyo. Kaakati kuva olwo abantu bazenga Biharwe bagiwa ekitiibwa kubanga erina ebyafaayo bingi. Kigambibwa nti Omugabe Ntale II yabeeranga mu Biharwe awo, nti enkuba yatonya nnyo, amazzi ne gajula wano ne goonoona ebimera ne goonoona ente ne zifa, ebisolo ne bifa. Kaakati edda bwe twafunanga ebizibu, disasters, ebigwerezi mu Runyankore, twalowoozanga nti bakatonda baffe banyiize. Kati okubasanyusa twabaweerezanga sacrifices. Kaakati in that way, our king gave a white spotless cow to diviners. From the Biharwe hills, they took it across to a hill known as Igongo. So they went to the hill, they sacrificed the cow, prayed, and after several days, the rain stopped. Water radiated and formed the lake, which we up to date call Lake Mburo. So people were happy that the king himself was happy that he named his son, who was born during that time. He named him Kasasera, literally meaning God had forgiven Banyankore. Kasasera means forgiveness. Yeah. So people kept on praising that hill. They shared what happened. It's where we were saved from heavy rains. We kept on talking about it up to date. So in 2010, when we established the museum here, we named it after the well-known hill, Igongo. So that's why we are called Igongo.
Tweyanziza nnyo Agiko Obusinje nina wano Muholo Mara Patricia saa mu biveeko tebikwatako. Kasuubire nti ebintu ebitegedde Igongo nga bwe ebyafaayo byabyo nga bwe bifaanana, nate tugenda kuba nga tuyingira munda bagezeeko kuba nga batulamuza ebisingakaawo. Katwetebemu katono temuvaawo, tukomawo.
Here where we are, we have a landscape model of the Albertine Rift Valley, which shows where most travelers and tourists go. I mean tourist destinations like national parks and lakes, that tourists love to see. So right now we are here at Igongo along Mbarara Masaka Highway, radar roads connecting the region. So this is the road from Masaka to here Igongo, to further to Mbarara, to Ibanda, to Bushenyi, to Kasese, to Ntungamo, Kabare. Yes. Rukunjiri, when you reach Ntungamo, you go right. So Rukunjiri is here. Yeah. In white are national parks where tourists go to see wildlife. Here is Lake Mburo, well known for zebras. Here is Windy, well known for gorillas. Queen Elizabeth National Park for climbing lions, elephants. There is Mountain Renzori National Park, Chebare for chimpanzees, so a lot. We have 10 national parks in Uganda, but 7 are concentrated in western Uganda. Yeah. So the rest, we have lakes, we have rivers, the Albertine Rift Valley, Mountain Renzori, the highest in the region. It has glaciers, it has ice on top. So most people come to the region to see those mountains, parks, rift valleys. So from here, let's proceed. The museum has 5 sections. The first section is this one, and it's called Emyoga. Emyoga means skills. You have heard of the government initiative which says Emyoga program. So Emyoga is a Runyankore word which means skills. So through skills you can earn a living. So Banyankore have had many skills which we are yet to see here. Here is a subsection of stones or rocks. You can use rocks to do skills. For example, number 1 is an iron ore for iron smelting. Obtare, it's where they make spears, make knives, make needles, a lot. We shall see iron working itself as a skill. Number 2 and 3 are grinding stones for grinding millet to make millet bread, karo, and bushera. So we used to grind the grains on the stones. Number 4 is a whetstone, ityazo, for sharpening iron tools, okutyaza. So some items are named after their uses. So you hear ityazo for okutyaza. Yes. Then number 5, pounding rocks, enkurungu. It means round and smooth. Enkurungu were used to pound herbs, tobacco, pound food like cassava. Number 6, enshoro. They are named after echshoro, which is a board game, mweso. So we use them to okshora, to play a board game. Number 7 is named after its use, ibare ryokshara, which means stone for cutting. Yes, so we use that one as a knife. Here we have carabashes, ebisi, encheka, ebishabo, ensimbo yamashita, all of these grow on a plant. They grow like pumpkins. We do not eat them. We harvest them, we clean, and use them for storage mostly. So number 1, ekishabo, is used to churn fermented milk to make ghee, muzigo. Number 2, used to store porridge or beer. So a family had several large calabashes. When you used one for beer, you didn't use it for beer again. I mean for, let's say, porridge. So you had several, one for porridge, one for beer, one for milk. So at times, they are named after their purposes. Number 6, echirere. That one is for storing milk. When we want to churn, we put fresh milk in echirere, we put fermented milk a little bit, then we keep it over a night, it all ferments. Then we churn fermented milk in a chabo and make ghee. Ghee is kept in 9 in Simbo Yamashita. So we still use 9. Most people, even in Kampala, have it at home. Number 8 is a funnel. A funnel, a traditional funnel made out of a calabash. So, umutaho. Here are pots. Pots are made of clay soil. We mold the soil with hands. We shape them. We design them. We sun dry and bake like bricks. We bake them. And in the past, we used a lot of pots to cook, to store drinks, food, to serve food. So number 1 is a water pot, I mean a beer pot. It's where we kept beer, or even you would put like banana juice, we will put roasted sorghum flour, keep them together, they ferment. Number 2 is a vegetable pot, where we cooked vegetables like bean leaves, pumpkin leaves, even hooves, echirenje. Sweet potatoes, a lot. We cooked in number 2 mostly. Number 1, 2 is a water pot. We boiled and kept in drinking water. When it is in a cold place, the water is cold. Number 1, 3 is a millet mingling pot. You cannot visit Munyankore and not eat karo. So we used the pot to make karo. It's breakable, but the ladies did it, mingled in it. So number 3 are smoking pipes for tobacco. Number 9 is oil for making a shawe and serving a shawe, or wabia. Yes, yes. Here is carpentry, woodwork. We still do woodwork, though now most people do modern items, but in the past we did these. All mostly began from a tree trunk, MPMB. You see MPMB? From there, you either shaped it to make omusinga, finally a chance. So that's the process of making a chance. A chance is a milk utensil, milk pot, where we milked cows, stored milk, transported milk, or served milk. Yes. Then from MPMB, you can make a chitebe, a stool, you make a mota, enshekuro, you make plates, or tatka, ihungu, enchuba, you make spoons, sandals, a lot. Mkaravanda. That one is a real mshambo, he knows. Here is iron working, iron smelting. We have seen the iron ore. We put it in fire, use these sticks and skins to blow air, which supports fire burning. As the fire burns red hot, the ore softens up. You shape it by minting it. Then you make knives, pangas, spears, arrows, a lot. Number 1 there is a spear. It is a symbol for the head of the family for security. Yes, when he dies, it is passed on to the heir. Here are baskets. Baskets are made through weaving. This is mostly done by ladies who weave palm leaves, papaya, soft stems to make baskets, mats, ropes, fish traps. For example, number 10 is a milk pot cover, a lid. So we saw the milk pot. When you flavor it by smoking it, you cover it with 10. Number 8, of course, you can't do away with the ndiro for karo. Yes. Number 11 is a curtain or sika. Was used to partition homes to separate bedrooms from the living room. Yes. And then 12 is a fish trap. Most of Abanyankole didn't fish, but some did, especially caught mud fish from swamps. So that's the trap. The fish swim in, they can't swim back. You get them, transfer them to this bag. Omugono. Here are skins. We used to wear skins of cows, sheep, goats. So for example, number 1, Indianga Efurebe is a bag. They folded the skin of like a goat to make a bag. Number 2 is a skirt. a wrapper like, yeah. Then number 3 is a top, like a shirt, like blouse. As you see in the photo, he was wearing number 3. Yeah. Then number 4 is a bed sheet. A chahi means for bedding. Okweshweka kweyara, we used a chahi. Then number 5, emboha. Emboha is a rope for tying cow legs when milking. We either use the skin, but now we use ropes. Then 6 are sandals made of leather. 7 is a gallbladder or hago, the one that has urine. When they slaughtered cows, goats, they preserved the skin, the bladder, and used it as a bag for carrying tobacco, like a handbag for tobacco. Here we have millet. Millet is used to be our staple food. If I can say, we still like it a lot. On any functions, you have to include karo. So karo looks like this, though the grains are little. We grind them, make flour. Flour is used to make millet bread, karo. Porridge. Yeah. Then here is a calabash where we kept porridge, brown porridge from millet. This calabash is actually very old. It was harvested in 1982. You can imagine. Yes, we got it from the village, and the old man had written there the age. That is when he harvested the calabash. 82. Yeah, it can be that durable. You keep cleaning it such that the pests don't eat it, the insects. Here are hunting equipment. Men used to go hunting. They killed wildlife using traps, spears, nets, but most importantly, hunting dogs. So they went with dogs, put the bells in the neck to keep tracing the dogs. So we also used trumpets to communicate. There is an old Chinyankore saying which says, "Akatahura nzamba." When you don't hear or listen to the trumpet, you die. The animal that doesn't hear nzamba, then they will kill it. So all these are for hunting.
Nzamba was also used to call for village meetings.
Yes. Yeah. That is in communication. We shall find another Nzamba now. Here it is for hunting. There we shall find another Nzamba for communication.
When you're talking about this millet,
yes,
you used past tense to say used to be your staple food.
Yeah.
So what is your current staple food?
Bananas.
Bananas.
Yes, because everyone has bananas. We see it as wealth. It is the daily food. Like, yes. Yes. Here is a traditional homestead for Banyankore crop farmers. These typically grew crops. We still grow crops. We still have the Banyankore crop farmers, but a lot has changed. This shows the past, how a traditional home was set. So this is the interior of the hut. Here is mom grinding millet to boiling water to make food, karo. The baby was eating in the pot. Daddy drinking beer from the long-necked calabash with a straw. A straw was made from a hollow stick. He was smoking tobacco using pipes made of clay. Then near fire for warmth.
Mambo's brothers.
Yeah, that was fine.
The hair. Hold the cans.
Here we have bananas, ebitoche. Most people, when they reach here, they know matoke. Matoke is Uganda, ebitoche Runyankore. We never had bananas. They were imported here by Arab traders from Asia to the coast of East Africa, to the interior of East Africa, to Uganda. Then our men from Nkore used to go to Uganda to work. So when they would return, they would come with stems. Yes, so we ended up with a lot of bananas because here we have favorable climate and fertile soils. So as I speak, we have a lot of bananas in the region. And there are many types. Here is the matoke for eating. Enyamonyo. Enyamonyo, omonyo is salt, so it is the banana that we eat with salt. Enyamonyo, the daily food. Then here, embire. Embire and musa. Musa is katerwiju. This is pear kind of. So these two are used to make banana juice, which we ferment with sorghum and make local beer, tonto, amarwa, tonto. Here, gonja. Gonja in Runyankore, gonja, we roast it, or you can steam it. Now we deep fry it, but traditionally we steamed or roasted. Then these are yellow fruits. Bogoya are the large ones, kabaragara are the small ones, the ones used to make pancakes. Here are uses of bananas, as I've already explained. Here we get food from bananas, make juice and beer, eat yellows, roof homes using banana fiber from stems, even dried leaves. We make hats and ropes. Now we make banana flour for baking bread. Then up we have an old Chinyankore saying which says no cows, no banana plantation, no wife. It still applies because you have to have food. That's bananas. So in the past, before the groom's family the bride's family gave away their daughter, they had to send someone to make sure you have bananas and cows. Cows are for dowry and for providing milk to the family. Then bananas for providing food. Yes, so for one family to give away their daughter, they made sure you have those. It's still important. You might not have a real banana plantation, but at least you are earning, you can buy food, provide at home. Yeah. Here is sorghum for fermenting banana juice to make local beer, which is called tonto. Tonto. Here we reach at the Bachiga, Chiga, traditional Chiga homestead, Bachiga. So you see the background, the hills of KIGEZI, those are terraces, how they cultivate. Most people in the region were polygamous, the men. So here one man had several wives, each wife with a hut. And the small ones are granaries for food security. Yes. And then they grew plants to make a fence, or they fenced using bamboos or reeds.
So you mean the man, he had all these wives in one homestead?
Yes.
So he can choose anywhere to sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Here is a traditional homestead for Banyankore cattle keepers. So we see that this one appears different from the crop farmers. These ones majorly had cows and depended on the cows for milk, for ghee, for blood. They breed cows and use the blood to make food. Sorry. So this is how a home was set. That is Orjeje, where we collected utensils at home. The stick up is a carrying stick where we carried luggage. we still use omugamba on the giveaway ceremony. When the bride's family are giving away their daughter to the groom's family, the bride's family have to give gifts to their daughter, and they are carried on omugamba. So there, mommy was having milk to dad with due respect with 2 hands, and the baby drinking yogurt in the calabash. Yogurt, or it is called buttermilk, amachunda. Those are the curtains we saw behind our bedrooms. This is the living room. It's a tradition, evolution of housing in southwestern Uganda. Evolution. We started this Ebifuha grass-thatched homes were like a bit temporary and not well made or not neat. And yeah, so from here we made Entura. From Entura to Erabere. Erabere, it is decorated. You see banana fiber and those like stems cutting across. From Enjuerabere to Enjuechiteteya, that is round shaped. You see it is shaped like a dress, the roof and the foundation. From Enjuechiteteya to Echikorogoto. Echikorogoto is papyrus. So people next to rivers, swamps, to lakes, they had papyrus, so we used papyrus to roof homes. Then from here we had bananas, now we used banana fiber to roof homes. From banana fiber to iron sheets. From iron sheets to tiles, modern houses. Then down are paints. We used cow dung. This is cow dung, amasha, to paint the walls, ame green. This is ibumba, clay soil. Itaka, the usual soil. Amakara, charcoal. Inoni, those are underground soil, like colored soil, lime. Chalk. Then omuyonga is ash. Oburimbi are soft rocks. They pounded them to paint brown. So the homes would appear as you see the woods in those colors. So here we reach at transport, ebyenjenda. This is how we carried luggage. When you were from cultivating, you had to come with firewood, you had to come with water, chitoche for cooking, of course, like mothers with the children. So that's how we improvised and carried luggage. This one is still used when you are carrying many breakables like pots. You tie them on sticks to support them, and then you can lift many. Here, a stretcher is what we use to carry brides, abagore, abarwire, patients, pregnant women, or any people who could not walk for some reasons. Then important people like kings, like chiefs, were carried in a litter, a chitware. So this real photo is of Prince Igumira. Prince Igumira was the father of King Kahaya of Ankole, the second last king. So that's his dad. Here is military science. Like any state, like any community, we had the army. Our army were called Engabo. Engabo is a shield here. So the army were shielding us, protecting us. So here is a sculpture of a famous warrior. He was called Muguta Yabuta Wenshonjera Ngachweka, army commander of Buhweju Kingdom. Buhweju had their own king, they were a kingdom of itself. So one time our king, Ntarefo, visited Buhweju, visited his friend, the king of Buhweju, Kabundami. On reaching in Buhweju, our king admired the Buhweju king's cow, like the big sculpture of a cow you saw outside the museum. the cow was called Mayenje Gishinjo. So in our tradition, whenever a king liked anything, we gave him freely. But in Buheju, they didn't give him the cow. So that angered him a lot, that when he returned here, he trained his army to go and fight Buheju to bring that cow. But as they were training, two men who were well known for stealing, they promised the king that they would go and bring the cow. So he opted for the two men who went to Buheju. They pounded charcoal, painted the cow, and changed its color. They stole it to Nkole and for the king. So the Buheju king Kabundami sent his army called the Nkondami, who came here in Nkole, fought us, killing most of our men. Most men on both sides died, and it is said that over 4,000 men died in that war fighting for that cow. Unfortunately, we lost the battle. The Bahueju took back their cow. But later, they compensated Nkole with land, and the British united us, and we are now one. So Buheju is part of Nkole as I speak.
So welcome to Muhavura National Park. That happens to be the smallest park we have in Uganda. Though it is small, Muhavura National Park is gifted with nature in that we offer different activities that is ranging from gorilla trekking, mountain hiking, golden monkey trekking, battle experience, birding, and nature walks. At the moment, we are standing at the altitude of 2,381 meters above sea level at the Muhavura base camp. I won't go into details because of time. We need to take time when hiking the mountain. I go directly to activity of the day, of which it is mountain hiking. We're hiking Mount Muhavura, which stands at the height of 4,107 meters above sea level. And when you summit it, you have a chance to access a beautiful crater lake. And when we are hiking it, we need to be having some of the equipment with us. Number one, we need to be having rain gears because while hiking, we expect rain at any time. Here, the weather changes all the time because it is a tropical rainforest. And we need to be having good hiking shoes because sometimes it is slippery. It is like we are on some ladders, so where you need some strong shoes. We need to be having enough packed lunch because when you are hungry on the mountain, you cannot make it the summit. We need to be having enough drinking water. That is a minimum of 1.5 liters. So if you don't have water, you can buy with those guys and see how we can make it the summit. For the interest of the time, more things shall be shared on our way as we move, right? Except if there is any one of you who has a question for me. We are different guides. The way I've told you, we are a team of 3. So each guide will have a group. One will take the faster, another one will take the one moderate, and the other one will take the slow one. And you asked me about the gun. In this forest, we have the forest elephants and the buffaloes. So why we carry this popular AK-47 is like when we meet one on our way, sometimes they tend to be aggressive when they are with the young ones. We just scare shoot so that they can give us away, and we'll continue with our hiking. Okay? We have snakes, but they are not active because of the weather. This place is cold. All right? And it is very rare to see them.
How can you make them active?
That is nature. You cannot control nature. You let nature take its own course. For the quick learners, it can take you 4 hours, up and down. 4 hours. Yes. The moderate can go up to 8 hours, 5. Then the slow ones, it depends. So, but please, what I say, don't panic. The mountain is not all about panicking. One step at a time, take your time, we shall have to summit, okay? Cool. Then we have the porters. Those are the guys from the community who carry our bags, who is our hiking. They help us, give us a push or a pull when need, because the terrain is like, it's not friendly. The cost is 50,000 shillings each when you accept to hire one. And when you hire one, you are supporting the community directly. It will be like one porter, one person, because like our paces are different. So when we carry you, you pay $300. Yeah. Okay. So I think we can set our minds ready to go, because time is not friendly. Otherwise, thank you.
Tukyali ffenna ku Star TV Munyonyegwanga, amanya n'eddoboozi Uthman Sempebwa, programu yaffe omulambuzi. Olunaku olwaggwa oba mwaka guno gwennyini twaliko mu kifo kino ne tugezaako okubanga tuwalampa olusozi luno. Olunaku olwokubiri yali tukomyewo oba omundi gwaffe ogwokubiri tugezezzaako okuba tukomawo tugezeeko ate tuwalampe paka waggulu ku summit eno. Enkuba omwaka guno gwennyini yasobola okuba nga tutaataaganya naye olwali tusaba busabi nti engeri gye bali bakasana nga kakabwe kati sanga tujja kubanga tutuuka. Ano etimu yaffe yonna nga bwefaana bwegenda kubanga etambula bwetugenda okutambula nabo bangi tuli abantu ndowooza babeera nga 30 naye bonna tugenda kubanga tutambula nabo. Holiday Trekkers betwatambula nabo nejjukira nti ennaku z'omwezi nga 27 omwezi guno gwennyini tugenda kubanga tukuza olunaku lw'abalambuzi oba gye tuyita World Tourism Day. Genda kubanga gino gye gimu ku mikolo egigezaako kubanga tutandika nagyo ku Star TV Munyonyegwanga. Tugenda kubanga twambuka olusozi olwo, temuvaawo katukomewo. Tukyali ffenna ku Star TV Munyonyegwanga, amanya Beka. Olusozi twalutandiseko wansi eyo naye wano wetutuuse tulaba altitude 3,116 zetuliko. Maaso gange edaidi wange abadde azza tutambuza speed guide. Wano wetutuuse njagala tunyonyole ffenna.
So where we are at the first resting hut at the altitude of 3,116 meters above sea level, and so far so good. The pace is good, and I hope the way I'm seeing everyone is going to summit.
The route seems to have been changed a bit. Why?
You know, shortcuts are often long cuts, so we change those shortcuts so that because when we're in the shortcuts we use a lot of energy. Like you pull one leg up, the other one stays behind. So when you use the shortcuts, you use a lot of energy. That's why we try to avoid them.
What should we expect upward?
When we get up, we expect to see a crater lake. We have a beautiful crater lake up there. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Nick, how have you found the journey?
So far so good. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I hope to make it up there. Yeah. Definitely. Win. So I win.
Sebo, olugendo lusanze otya?
Well, fortunately enough, this is going to be my 16th time hiking Mount Muhavura. So to me, well, it's hectic, but very easy for me. Yes.
Thank you very much. Tweyanziza nnyo munanga abalabe baffe. Kansubire nti abantu balabe bakubulidde experience yabwe nga bwefaanana. Bagenda kweyongera waggulu ate babeere nga balaba ekisingako awo. Katukomewo temuvaawo.
first person to eat
Eat
Rolex
at
the peak
of
the
Mount
summit.
Muhavura.
If you can challenge me, bring your evidence.
Let us eat it.
Rolex. Rolex people.
Rolex.
At the summit.
They're selling.
Yeah, I did it.
It is only in Uganda where they can make the best Rolex ever.